Hey guys, welcome back. I had Collectible Power reach out to me. They said that they have a story that resembles that of the Card House EU eBay stuff. And so we're going to take a look at it. This isn't Card House, I don't think. They're very different people. But similar situation where somebody is taking advantage of scams where they can get away with it. Not necessarily the traditional don't ship scam ridiculousness, more so abusing eBay and other collectors, I guess, in general, sellers, buyers, other members of the community, screwing them over. We have a pretty juicy one here. So if you guys don't mind, go over to Instagram, check out Collectible Power. Maybe give them a follow. And you can check out their eBay page as well if you'd like to do so. Especially if in the UK and the graded cards are your thing. There's probably you guys have probably heard of them already at this point. If you're from over there, probably a good option to check out. So they had a story for me, and that story is about a certain J. Beerweiler. And I've seen pretty much everything I need to see to say that this was almost certainly a blatant scam. There's way too much evidence here for me to believe otherwise. Again, these are my opinions and the opinions of Collectible Power for legal purposes. Wink. So, Collectible Power says, Happy Tuesday, everyone. It's not Tuesday when I'm filming this or when the video will come out. It's Thursday when the video will come out. But we'll just pretend. We'll pretend. Today, we'll be calling out a scammer in this community, Julian Joachim Beerweiler at JJB Prestige Cards, which is interesting because we're starting to get a trend here where gym bros and now models are scamming people. So I don't know, maybe it's like maybe this is a thing. Let me know in the comments if you've ever been scammed by a gym bro or a male model. If not, maybe just coincidence. But next, Prestory. This scam took place in May 2020. Since then, I have been gathering evidence to ensure I had all I needed to call the guy out for the scam he has done. In May 2020, I sold a PSA 10 Gold Star Treecko certification number 269-91243, which I purchased from a good friend of mine, Alakazam. I thought that was like an Alakazam. Pun? Maybe it is. Or maybe that's actually their name. If so, I deeply apologize. This item was sold through eBay to a German individual on eBay with the names Giovanni's Mewtwo, which was Julian Beerweiler's old eBay name. The item was shipped as you would expect and was received while packaged. The case of the PSA 10 Treecko had a scratch which I did not notice, or maybe the buyer Julian caused. Again, maybe the thing, maybe the old Card House Sliceroni. Giovanni's Mewtwo reached out on eBay to explain he had received the card. However, there was a scratch on the case. He proceeded to ask for a $275 partial refund to get a specialist to fix this for him. When you just get it recased, it's not $275. I mean, it might be expensive to send from Germany to get it fixed, but if it's just scratches, you can just use the headlight polish kits or just the polish in the bottle. PFM knows all about that. You can ask him on E4. He will show you how to rub your scratches out all day and night. I explained that I would not be interested in the partial refund as he already received a very good deal and PSA offer a reholdering service, so I offered a partial refund of $100 or for the item to be returned. Okay. I think this is probably pretty fair. Again, you can probably tell if there's some little scratches or whatever on it, and it's not an issue to take them out of the case if they're just small scratches, because the polish will remove them immediately. Again, if somebody's asking you immediately for a partial refund instead of a full refund, red flag. Always a red flag. They're trying to scam you. They're trying to put you in a position that you either don't want to take a full refund, so you're just like, okay, I guess I have to give them a partial refund and take the loss, because you are going to have to take a loss on the shipping back to yourself, or in this case, as we'll see, even worse. Julian then stopped communication with myself on eBay and decided to go through PayPal to open the return. Nothing massively out of the ordinary. As I had said, I'd take the return. After accepting the return through PayPal, things turned nasty. Julian was obviously unhappy that I wasn't going to give him his 275 euros partial refund, so he took it on himself to ship back an empty box. After receiving the empty box, I reached out to PayPal that I've received the empty box and this is a scam. As usual, PayPal continued to refund Julian for the full amount of 1,475 euros and keep the Treecko, and he keeps the Treecko. As you would imagine, at this point, I'm very upset. Julian is saying he has returned it, and I am left with no money nor card. Julian then goes quiet, and I never hear from him again. So I am left to build my case quietly until I have enough evidence. And good on you for keeping an eye on him. Julian lays low for a few months before eventually selling the card in late 2020 to an individual called Cashew Poker Cards, thus showing that Julian never shipped back the card and instead decided to steal it, then selling a stolen card to an unknowing individual. So this ends up being a bad spot because the Cashew Poker Cards guy, he doesn't know it's stolen. Very unfortunate. Maybe there should be some kind of system with, especially with graded cards, where you can flag something as stolen. PSA, are you listening? Any of the other grading companies with cert numbers? All of you? Especially, I mean, I don't know, because it's hard to tell until he actually sells the card. So it's a weird spot, but this is some dumb criminal move here by JB. Really dumb. Thus showing that Julian never shipped back the card, instead decided to steal it, sold it to the unknowing individual. Here's a conversation from when I bought the card from Alaka Sam in April 2020. As you can see, the cert. Okay, yeah, it is Sam. Alaka Sam. Cheers for the deal, bro. How this Treecko got a 10, I'll never know, but you pay for the number, not the grade. And again, yeah, the 10s are not necessarily perfect, as we've seen many times. Certain individuals that like to resubmit juicy 9s until maybe a grader misses something or just is feeling generous that day. Here's the sale of the item to Julian via eBay. Very cool. Gold Star Treecko. Here is Julian receiving the card and complaining about the mark. He says, "G'day. Card arrived today. It was very badly packaged without proper protection for the case. Also, the case was in no plastic sleeve. See pictures of the case. Had a lot of deep scratches on the front. There's also a small crack in the back. This means an impairment of the card. If your description, in your description, it was not of that. You also called the card new." This is a moot argument because, I mean, is it new when it's in a PSA case? Is it only new when it's in a pack? It doesn't matter if you listed it as new. It's a graded card. I just want to try to solve it with you. Here's another. They always say that too when they're trying for that partial refund. I'm waiting for a suggestion and fastest answer. Kind regards, Joachim Beerweiler. So I guess he's going by Joachim in this scenario. Maybe when he's scamming, he doesn't call himself Julian. He goes by Joachim. Here is me offering the return and Julian suggesting a partial refund of 275 euros. Thanks for your last answer and suggestion, but I would still like to keep the card anyway. So, yeah, of course you want to keep it because, I mean, you end up keeping it anyway in the end. But yeah, you're just digging for a partial refund at this point in time, and then you make the scam even worse than the partial refund scam. My proposal would be a partial repayment. I would suggest 275 euros because of the impairment. A specialist should fix it for me. Kind regards, Joachim. So, this specialist nonsense is the dumbest thing you could possibly say, regardless of whether Collectible Power wants to believe you or not. Here's Julian requesting to return the item for a full refund. Right. So at this point in time, it doesn't matter. He wants the full refund and to ship it back because he's not actually going to ship it back. Here is Julian successfully getting the refund after sending me an empty box. I don't know what, like, PayPal needs to smarten up here. There needs to be some sort of proper protection for sellers. This is ridiculous. Here's the empty package sent back to me from Julian, which he stuffed with cardboard and paper. There's a video. I'll tack that onto the end. I'll have to blur out the address, but there's a video of the package being opened, and there's just nothing in it. It's just paper. Admittedly, it took much longer to find than it had been posted for, but I finally found my Treecko, listed here by Cashew Poker Cards. There he is, the Treecko boy, the 26991243. After reaching out to the lovely Cashew Poker Cards, he confirmed to me that he got the Treecko from the one and only Julian Beerweiler. Very, very nice of him. And it looks like he sold it. So this is where you end up in like a giant mess of a chain of people that are innocent that are getting screwed over by Julian, potentially. And that is all the evidence I needed to confirm to the masses that JJB Prestige Cards Julian Joachim Beerweiler is a scammer. Stay safe out there, people. Cheers. There is an active police report for this fraud against Julian, and any further information that I can submit to the police would be great, especially a contact number. Also, if anyone does currently know who owns my stolen Treecko, I'd appreciate a return of stolen goods. So here we have it, and I'll leave you guys with the video of the package being opened. If you have any information, if you've dealt with him before and he's stolen from you, please leave a comment below or reach out to me. The best way to do so is Discord or Instagram, and I'll be happy to receive any and all information. Hopefully put an end to these scammers, these scammerinos that are taking advantage of others. Screw them. See you next time. Join the Discord.
Here we have the PSA 10 Treecko return from Joachim. So I'll just open this now. Make sure it's in there so I'm not getting frauded out of my money. And it's empty. Just sent me back paper. Just